You don't need to give up your health or your habit of going to the gym just because you get to a busier part of your life. You might have been told by loads of people that when you start work, a full-time job or university or a doctor or something, that you just have to start sacrificing your health, but it's a myth. Yes, your life will get busy, but it just means that you have to adapt your way of training and the way of living your life so then you can fit something in. That's all it is. And I'm going to share with you the principles that I've done, but I'm going to give you in a full step-by-step guide format that you can take the actionable steps and use the resources that I give you so you can start managing your busy life with working out. Step 1. The most effective thing for me in maintaining training for a long period of time with work is to train before. See, when you train before work, it frees up so much time afterward that it doesn't become a nagging thought in your mind. The reason you've probably sacked off the gym is because you drive home from work and it's been a long ass 8-hour shift. You're in your car, you're stuck in traffic, and you're like, the last thing I want to do is go to the gym. The last thing I want to do now is go lift some heavy ass weight. I just want to go home and sit on my sofa and chill out. Now that feeling can be completely eradicated just by waking up and training before you go to work. Now here's a step-by-step guide on how you can wake up and train before work. The first thing you want to do is pack your bags the night before, and you want to include your work clothes and your shower stuff in that bag, and also have your gym clothes ready. The next thing that you want to do is make a smoothie with a protein shake or overnight oats and leave that in the fridge. It'll take you about 5 minutes to make. The next thing you want to do, get an alarm clock and place your alarm clock away from your bed so it forces you to wake up in the morning. The next step is to go to sleep and get a solid 7 hours of sleep. And then when the alarm goes off, you get up and you drink a bottle of water or a big glass of water straight away to hydrate yourself. You brush your teeth and you pick up the gym clothes that you can already see next to your bag, and your bag's already prepped, and you head out to the gym. And I want you to train fasted. And once you've trained, you're going to have your overnight oats, or you're going to have your smoothie, you're going to have your shower because you've got your shower stuff and work clothes ready, and then boom, you head to work. And if you're thinking, well bro, I'm not a morning person, well I'm telling you something bro, I'm not a morning person. I don't think anyone is ever born a morning person. They just understand that there are some really valuable hours in the day that are not being used, and if something's important enough they'll find a way to maximise it. So that's why I think you should give it a go. But if you are really struggling with morning and you just don't have that sort of mental fortitude to get up in the morning, then another thing I would suggest for you is just to not go home after work. Take your gym clothes and pack your gym clothes with your work clothes, or take a bag with you, and then once you finish work, just go straight to the gym. That way you don't give yourself that option when you come home, because every time you give yourself an out, you will take it. The second point is minimalist training. I know we go on YouTube and we see all the bodybuilders doing their 6-day push-pull leg splits and whatnot. Some people don't even take a rest day. But I found personally, when I'm trying to manage YouTube and learning about my business and coaching and family life and social life and anything extra that I want to do on top of gym, it makes it very hard to maintain it over a long period of time. So minimalist training is simple bro, just 3 or 4 days a week. Now for me, right now I'm doing a 3-day full body split. Starting high just causes you to maybe miss 1 day, then you miss a second day, then you miss a third day, and then the next thing you know, in a few weeks you're not in the gym at all. Whereas if you start low and you do the least that you can possibly do, like a 3-day week, you make that into your foundation, and then no matter what happens, you never drop below that 3 day per week. If you can do 3 days a week consistently for about 6 months, bro, I promise you that will become a habit. You'll find it weird to not go over the 3 days. So start low and build up. Now if you're unsure of how to design a 3-day full body split, I've created one for you and I've linked it in the description so you can use that to start working out. The next, bro, is to visually track your progress. And yes, tracking your progress of your physique is important, but there's something that's much more important than that. I learned this from Atomic Habits, and it's actually the screensaver on my phone. It says, the goal of the winner is to commit to the activities. The goal of the loser is to commit to the goal. In the case of trying to stay consistent with the gym, that is the activity, going to the gym. But just being focused on getting the 6-pack is the goal. When you're always outcome focused, when you're only focused on getting the 6-pack, you're not going to be focused on the steps that are required to get the 6-pack. which is actually making it to the gym. And if you struggle with consistency, then this is a mindset shift I encourage you to make straight away. So how do we track our progress of going to the gym? It is really simple, and it is to use a habit tracker. This is really powerful shit. So you can either use it online, in which I've created a Notion template for you and I've linked it in the description, or you can do it on an A4 piece of paper, which is what I'm doing now. The next thing I know you probably struggled with is nutrition. By far for me, the most effective method to stay consistent with nutrition is to follow a meal plan. We as men have a shitload of decisions to make a day. Business, relations, friends, family. So many decisions that you don't want to add food on top of that. Because if it makes you tired, you're just not going to be asked making the right decision. Just think about that in your mind. So if you have a meal plan, what it does is it takes away decision fatigue. You know when it's noon, or I'm going to eat this food. You know when it's after work, or I'm going to eat this food. There's no question about it. There's no, should I do this, should I do that? And if you are not sure, do you know what sort of nutrition plan to follow? I've just created a really basic one that I use, and I'm going to link that in the description for you, so you can start and adjust it however you want, but I want to give you a template to follow. And the next point is when it comes to meal preparation. I don't meal prep for a week. I think it's a bit long, and I think the food loses a bit of taste, but I do aim to be more efficient when I'm in the kitchen. So if you're going into the kitchen to make tuna pasta like I did the other day, instead of just cooking for one meal, cook for 2 or 3. It's simple, bro. So you literally just triple the amount of pasta, or you cut up an extra onion and you just literally cook for a couple of meals, because that way you're spending the same amount of time in the kitchen but you're getting more output. That way as well the food doesn't get that weird taste, get that dirty taste where 4 or 5 days down the line, or you have to put in the freezer and buy a shitload of lunch boxes. No, 2 or 3 days, simple as that. And when you cook foods like this, you put it in a lunchbox and you can take it to lunch at work as well, which is really easy, and you can put it in the fridge at work. And it also reduces the chances of you going out to buy shit just because you see other people do it at lunch. And this also leads to the next point, which is cravings. I want you to ingrain this message in your mind. I don't have cravings, I'm just hungry. Whenever I finish the gym, I've done my dirty session, I'm absolutely knackered, but then it turns out I'm a bit low on groceries, so I need to go to Aldi. I walk to Aldi, I put the groceries that I need in my basket, and the last place you walk past before getting to the tills is the cakes, chocolates and donut section. This is the single-handedly the one time where my cravings are so high. It's when I finish the gym, and that's because I'm hungry. What I found is, if I can hold off and I go home and I eat the meal plan that I've set out for myself, then my craving disappears. It's just your brain playing tricks on you, because you think you've got a craving for sugary and fatty foods, but you've just got a craving for food. If you can have your set meal plan, your healthy meal, you'll find the craving just switch off or decrease a lot. Now the next thing is just an honest mindset shift that I think you probably want to hear. If you think you can achieve your best body and best health without sacrificing anything, then I think you're in one of two categories. You're either delusional or you don't care enough about it. If for 5 years you've just been slacking with the gym, you've not tried anything, you're just sort of willy-nilly saying, oh, I'm going to get back in the gym, but you don't actually take any steps towards it, you don't actually care enough about your health or the gym, and I can't teach you that. And also, if you think that you can just suddenly wake up and have your best health, best focus, best body, and you don't have to sacrifice absolutely anything for it, then I think you need a reality check on how the world works. No matter which road you choose, you will face challenges. When I was a degenerate, smoking, drinking, messed up sleep, going out all the time, living a life of hedonism, just following my desires consistently, I faced certain challenges. My mental health was shit. I had no focus. My self-worth was horrible. I had no contribution to society. So there were challenges that I faced over there. Now if you take my life as a Muslim, I have different challenges. I have to pray. I have to control my desires. As someone who's working out, I have to make sure I get to the gym. I have to push myself in the gym. I have to wake up in the morning. My business requires me to create content and educate and learn. So as you can see, the challenges for whichever life you choose are present. Now you've got to ask the question, which of these challenges are going to give me the best return on investment in my life? The challenges of poor mental health, of laziness, are the challenges of hard work and building and progression. Now I want you to apply that principle to this video. If you're still at home and you can't be bothered waking up in the morning, or you can't be bothered prepping a meal, or you can't be bothered doing X, you will face the challenges for that maybe 10-15 years down the line, where your health starts to catch up to you. When you see your kid running around and you're out of breath. When your kid's 13, 14, 15 and he doesn't get in the gym or doesn't exercise because he looks at you. He looks at you as his dad and thinks, why would I want to train when my dad's just a lazy mess? Every life that you choose will have its own decisions and its own challenges, and it's up to you to decide which challenges are worthwhile overcoming. I've made my choice, and I hope that, so someone watching my channel, you'll make the right one as well. As always, my message, bro. Keep building, keep progressing. I'll catch you in the next one.